Creating is the only thing that I have found that can save me from a distracted life. About 10 years ago, I was like number 3 in the world at this online game called The Hobbit. And I would spend hours every single day playing this game, creating this world. It was to the point where I had timers set for different times so that I wouldn't like oversleep and miss protecting and building my little world. And it was something that consumed a lot of my life. At different points, it's been different video games, it's been watching YouTube, it's been TikTok, watching different TV shows. It was like there was always something that I was doing that was holding me back from doing what I know would make me more fulfilled, would make me more happy, would build a bigger impact, would make me proud of myself. There was always something distracting me from that, and it was always some form of consumption. And one day while I was playing that game, it kind of just struck me that I have this desire to build and to create things, and I'm just very unskilled at like drawing or painting or any form of like working with my hands. I'm very unskilled in general. But I had this desire and this enjoyment that I got out of creating this stupid game that I was looking and I couldn't even find it. It's like gone. And that was what I was spending my time doing, like making this game, achieving things, moving up my levels. And it was at that point, I remember I was in the car with my wife where I was like, what am I doing? Like I'm always distracted with this stuff. I never am proud of anything that I've done. I've done, cleaning office buildings. I was a very bad real estate agent because you have to talk to people. And like I'd failed at a bunch of things and there was never really anything I was proud of or anything that I was building. There was no excitement, no reason to get up on Monday morning and just attack the day. It was always looking forward to Friday and, TGIF. And I always felt this desire and this want to like build things. And I was in the car with my wife on a trip, one of the first little weekend trips that we took. And just like on a whim, I was like, hey, you cool if I like buy a camera and like just try making some videos? And I'm so grateful that she was supportive of that. She's like, yeah, if you want to, go for it. And in that car, I looked up what's the best camera to buy. And at the time it was like the $600 vlogging camera. I didn't even have a microphone. And I bought it on that car ride up. And that same day I started filming random things. No idea what I was filming. I was just filming things. I just realized this cup has like a huge crack right here and it's leaking a little bit. I had tried randomly filming days occasionally. We did that on like our honeymoon. And there was one point like 3 years before where I had like filmed a few things on my phone. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start making things. And I think that is what I've seen hold a lot of people back, and what is something that is a good trait for me and a bad trait for me is just impulsively saying, this is something that I've always wanted to try. What the heck? I'm just gonna try it. And then committing to doing it consistently. Since about a week after that, I've posted consistently once a week on YouTube. And I can say it's probably been the thing that's made the biggest, it's not probably, it has been the biggest thing that is responsible for who I am as a person. I'm not exactly who I want to be yet or where I want to be yet, but I have grown consistently every single week for the past 6 or 7 years since I kind of had that realization that I've spent my entire life consuming things, buying stuff I don't need, wanting stuff that I don't have, consuming every form of media that there is, getting addicted to all of it. And I wasn't putting anything out into the world. I wasn't leaving anything behind. I wasn't putting my mark out there. I wasn't growing. And YouTube has been the tool that has forced me to grow every week and to have some introspection and look back at a couple of years ago and realize that like I don't agree with the things that I said then, and my videos were bad then. And I can look back at that and be proud, because if you don't look back, maybe 6 months from where you are now to who you used to be, and you don't look back and say like, man, I was an idiot back then, or man, my videos were bad back then, then that means you haven't grown in that amount of time. And that's something that's been really helping me. And especially recently, I've kind of lowered the filter where I'm consuming a lot less stuff. I put some blockers on my phone so I can't access apps, can't check my email that much. I can't go on social media more than like 10 minutes a day. It's pretty much my phone doesn't work anymore. And since doing that, I have made about twice as many videos as I used to. And each one forces me to create something, to put something out into the world that can hopefully have the smallest impact on something else. And the reward from feeling that is so much better than any stupid video game level up, anything like that. Like the levels don't matter. No matter where you get in a video game, no matter where you get to ending a series, to watching a movie, to consuming anything, will never equate with a comment saying like, hey, you really improved my life. Or somebody came up to me once and said that they sold their house and moved into a tiny home because of my videos. I was like, I've never even talked about tiny homes. Okay. But I can't even believe that. Like, you don't know, when you start creating any type of content, you just start putting yourself out there. Not only is it like selfishly great for you because you're forced to stick with something, to build towards something, to look at yourself and kind of have people give feedback on your opinions and your thoughts, but especially if you make decent content that's not just like strictly entertainment or commentary stuff, you have a really good chance of actually improving somebody else's life that you'll never meet. And that is a good reason to wake up on a Monday. It's like, yes, this might not like literally change somebody's life. It's not like I'm like building houses or being a doctor or something, but because somebody wrote a book and created something, it let me leave my job 24 because somebody wrote a book. And my dream that I constantly shoot for is to be that book for somebody else. Like, obviously I'm not probably going to write a book. I've actually got offered to write one and I don't feel like I'm the person that I want to be yet, so I'm holding off on that. But these videos, I hope, are the thing that starts somebody down a trajectory that they end up writing a book, 3 years from now, or they end up leaving their job and doing something they love. They end up getting financial freedom and getting their wife or their husband out of work. They end up just simplifying their life a little bit, having some better money habits, doing something, creating something. And that for me is a really cool reason to get up. And I don't know, I've just been really grateful that I followed my impulse decision of like, I've always wanted to do this. What the heck? I might as well try, and then just sticking with it. And I think a lot of people overthink way too much. Like, they think about the videos too much. They think about the titles. They think about the thumbnails. They think about whatever it is. And for me, I couldn't figure out a name, so I named it my name, Gabe Bolt. I didn't know how to edit, so I didn't edit. It had like one cut in it. I didn't know how to make a thumbnail, so I just took a screenshot of the thumbnail. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be amazing, but I think the important thing is that you start to grow and to learn and to hopefully help other people and focus more on building things that help people, as opposed to, getting trapped in a world of consumption and consuming things that not only don't really help people, don't help yourself, distracts you from having real interactions with people, distracts you from taking time to actually process things and think out your thoughts and question if they're there, question if they have validity to them. It holds you back from saying, you know what I did today? I'm proud of today. You know what? I wish the weekend was a little bit shorter because I just want to go back to work and help people and build things. Whether that's making wallets that each one is made with love, or whether it's building a house or a shed, creating YouTube videos. I have this rule that I try to follow, that every day I will do one thing that is creative, whether that's write a script, shoot a video, build something with my hands. I need to do one thing every day that makes something instead of consumes something, because I feel like our world is doing a little too much of that. Yeah.